Plans for a TV series adaptation of the movie Cruel Intentions have been around since 1999 when that film was brand new. A lot of people interested in trying to figure out how to make this into a TV series. And after some starts and stops over the years, Amazon Prime Video is the one to make it happen. Season 1 is up now with 8 episodes. Let's talk about Cruel Intentions. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new Amazon Prime series, Cruel Intentions. This is streaming with season 1 right now. And they do also have the 1999 original film up if you're interested in taking a journey back to see that one as well. But like I said, this has been, in starts and stops for quite a long time. At first, Fox was going to make a TV series of it, but that ended up sort of being reshaped and turned into a directed-video sequel. And then in the mid-2010s, NBC was talking about making a television pilot with Sarah Michelle Gellar reprising her role, sort of a Next Generation type of thing probably, but that sort of got abandoned as well. So finally, Amazon decided to say, let's do this thing once and for all, and so now we have season 1 up of that. So we'll talk about if this is any good here in just a moment, but first, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you're one of my subscribers already, can't thank you enough for that. Always love having you guys return to the channel, but if you're not one of my subscribers, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button as well. That helps the channel, of course, tremendously. But you can comment on this video or share it on your socials as well. That works very, very well, of course, also. So, all right, basically this follows the essential premise of Cruel Intentions. Obviously, it's stretched out a bit longer. That was, just a 2-hour movie or what have you. But this is all based really on the Dangerous Liaisons story, which was originally in French in the 1780s as a novel. And Dangerous Liaisons was made into a movie itself into, I think, the early 90s. Was it maybe 90 or 91? But Cruel Intentions is like, the Gen X version of that story. So here we follow some Washington, D.C. college students, very rich college students, for that matter, specifically 2 manipulative step-siblings ready to do anything to maintain their status. And the cast here, a bunch of people I don't honestly know, but Sarah Catherine Hook plays Caroline, who is the stepsister of Lucien, who is played by Zach Burgess. And we have Savannah Lee Smith, Sarah Silva, Kobe Clark, John Harlan Kim. Again, like I said, a lot of people I don't quite know. Some of the adults I am more familiar with. Claire Forlani is here. John Tenney, Nikki Crawford, you may recognize them. Just kind of character actors. But anyway, they have their sights on seducing the daughter of the vice president of the school. And basically, this is certainly, the same essential story from Cruel Intentions, but fleshed out, much more to have, longer legs. And season 1, 8 episodes. Who knows if this will be renewed? I mean, this just dropped the other day, so I'm sure the suits at Amazon are looking at how many minutes are being watched or whatever. But I saw the first 2 episodes of this, enough for a review, I do believe. So let's talk about it. Now, look, a lot of people love the movie Cruel Intentions. I certainly liked it when I watched it. I don't think I've seen it more than once, but I saw it in theaters. I was a huge Reese Witherspoon fan, and I wasn't watching Buffy at the time. I've since seen all of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But Sarah Michelle Gellar, obviously that was her breakout role in film anyway. And you had Ryan Phillippe as well, Selma Blair, a hot cast of young up-and-comers. For me, the soundtrack was the real deal on that. I mean, there was, great songs on there, both, that were hit singles and then just songs that never got any radio play or whatever, but that were awesome. Like, for me, that's one of the best soundtracks of the 90s. But aside from that, the movie is okay. I think it has since sort of achieved this cult classic status. A lot of people referencing it sort of as a touchstone for, sexual awakening and, queerness and a lot of other things that get sort of wrapped up in that movie. Here, we're trying to parlay that, I guess. But here's the main issue with this version of Cruel Intentions. It's just not all that spicy. One of the things that I think made the movie stand out is people were talking about, some of the more salacious scenes and themes of the movie. And here, look, it is certainly an interesting look into Greek life on college campuses. And I think it does very well with that. In fact, all the episodes are based on Greek letters. So the two I watched were Alpha and Beta, but it goes through the gamut here, and all of the episodes have Greek letters for their titles. And I think that is where this show kind of has momentum, is taking a look into the Greek life on college campuses, and the status of that, and hazing and all of that kind of stuff, that has, certainly been explored elsewhere too. But I think it actually does a good job of sort of capturing that mentality and a lot of that. I think that's where this show shines. But unfortunately, the other things about it just aren't as significant. It really is watered down in its portrayal of sex and the queer themes that we saw in the movie. Now, granted, it's a little more run-of-the-mill these days to have certain aspects, into your script, whereas when the movie came out, it was, kind of revolutionary, at least in some aspects. And sure, it's a bit more passé these days, so they're sort of going a different direction with it. But I think there is a lot of elements of shock value that are out there that this show just isn't exploring at all. And aside from that, I think that the cast is just unmemorable. I mean, it's a soap opera for sure, and that can, lend itself to perhaps not the best acting. I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar came from the world of soap operas, and obviously she's made a huge name for herself, in other avenues of acting. But everybody here just seems kind of like a pale imitation of the characters in the movie. And they even got some people to look kind of like the characters, like, okay, that's, kind of Selma Blair-ish, that type of thing. And as somebody who, yes, is a part of Gen X and all of that, it's not necessarily that I'm even looking to recreate the magic of Cruel Intentions, because like I said, I've only seen it once. I don't have the attachment that some do. But even watching this compared to like other kind of, teen soapy shows of the day, I think the acting is not quite up to par. And I think even I just watched Panic, which was a freeform show. Or no, actually, I'm sorry, that was on Amazon Prime as well, from a few years ago. And Mike Faist was in that, who has gone on to be in Challengers and the Bike Riders. He's definitely making a name for himself. And a lot of the guys in this Cruel Intentions show remind me of him. Like, they're trying to get a Mike Faist type to be, the look and the sound of these characters, because they couldn't get the real Mike Faist. But he was in Panic, which, was another teen soapy kind of show. So even, from an older dude like me, I understand this is probably not, I'm not the audience mainly for this show, but as somebody who remembers the movie and what a big deal that was at the time, and the actors that went on to great things, I don't see this happening for the actors and actresses in this show. They're just very, very unmemorable. So I will give it a point or two for focusing kind of on the Greek life aspect. That kind of stuff was interesting. But everything else to me just paled here by comparison to not just the original movie, but other recent teen soap type shows. Like Netflix has a lot of them that might be compared to this in one way or another. So I leave Cruel Intentions with a C-. But you can check out all 8 episodes now if you're interested on Amazon Prime, and we'll see if maybe there's a season 2. But like I said, the original Cruel Intentions movie is also on Amazon Prime if you'd like to check that out too, as a reminder, perhaps, before you watch the show. That'll be up there for you as well. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It, and I'll see you next time.